screens. Um, the reason why we ain't playing the game, y'all. Hold on, let me get my damn mic. The reason why we not playing the game is because I don't know, since the update, my shit was okay, but now it's acting weird. I'm not really sure what the fuck going on. So that's the reason why we haven't played the game on screen within like the last 2 days. I'm trying to re-download it now to my main drive on my PC and not my external drives that I got, and see if that'll fix what's going on. But if y'all know right now, it's trouble in the COD community right now with the game because it's crashing on everything. And I heard that PS5 players are still having trouble on their consoles also. But that's neither here or there. Let's see what we got, man. Hold up, I can't hear shit. Hold up, I can't hear shit. Come on, man. Hold up. What the fuck? What the fuck is we doing? Yeah, all day my computer been on some scandalous shit too, like all day, bro. Literally, been shutting off and shit. I ain't gonna lie though, I've been like deleting shit and trying to get shit off here though. Right now, I don't know what the fuck. Why is moving so slow right now, bro? I just want to hear the fucking audio, bro. That's what I'm trying to do. Ah, fuck. Yeah, I should have made sure everything was great before I got on here, but I forgot I turned my computer all the way off last night. Where do we want to go? We want to go to sound. We want to go to LG. We want to go back and we want to turn this shit to dark mode. This light mode is killing my eyes. Holy fuck. Damn, that shit killing my eyes. Where is it? Holy fuck. Please. Yes, thank you. Oh my god, it's much better. Alright, man, let's get into it.
Jay blew up first, but FG Famous had already been making music. FG Famous knew the tracks weren't good enough, and he wasn't making them in a real studio, so he never even dropped them. But after Jay blew up, FG Famous started dropping projects too, and he was always linking up with Jay in the studio. FG Famous didn't pop off as fast as Jay, but he stayed on the grind and kept dropping new music. Then in 2018, FG Famous ran up big numbers with the track Message to the Streets. FG Famous wasn't on the same level as his homie Jaydayoungin, but his streams were still going up every time he dropped. And even though it was taking a while to get his name buzzing in the industry, FG Famous knew he wasn't gonna quit and go work a normal job. Before FG Famous put both feet in the trenches, he actually tried working a legit job back in the day. It only took a week for FG Famous to realize it wasn't for him though. And even after FG Famous started running up millions of streams in the rap game, he never really left the streets. But before we get into why he's locked up right now, we gotta clear up some rumors about what happened when Jaydayoungin got killed. Back in July 2022, Jaydayoungin was on house arrest in Bogalusa. The cops caught Jay with a gun while he was already facing felony charges. And after he pleaded guilty for the pistol, the judge hit Jay with a year of supervised release. On July 27, 2022, Jay was standing outside of the crib with his dad when somebody hopped out of a whip and started shooting. Jay got hit up at least 8 times and his dad got shot twice. Jay was able to get inside of the house, but he was already dying.
Yeah.
It took almost an hour before Jay got to the hospital, and by that point,
that shit was crazy though, because it's like usually it'd be like you see a lot of people, man, that be young that got potential, and then you see a lot of people that be young and people be trying to force the potential on. I'm not saying that people don't have the potential, but what I'm saying is people be gaslighting. You see what I'm saying? But Lil Bro, he could have made an impact in this rap game, man, or in the industry period. Cause even though he was young and wild and bro, he had a little sense. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when young man, you get money, bro. Your mind ain't fully developed yet, bro. It's certain shit you can't leave alone. You know what I'm saying? I hated that shit for him. That shit was really crazy. Steady in beefs and steady goddamn up going to motherfucker industry beef, bro. That shit was crazy, bro.
It was tragically too late, and he was pronounced dead. When the news broke that Jay had been killed, people were saying that 3 shooters hopped out of the whip and started busting shots. Then 2 more shooters came up from behind the house. Reports were also saying that Jay's dad was shooting back while he was trying to get Jay inside the crib. There's a lot of different rumors about who pulled the trigger on Jay. It looked like it was a planned hit and that somebody really wanted to take him out, but nobody was ever booked for it. The cops didn't know who was involved with the situation, but Jay's homie allegedly slid on the ops for him less than an hour after he got shot. Rumors are going around that Jay was killed by a set from Bogalusa called Purple City Boys, aka PCB, because his crew had beef with them. Jay's homie 700 Jeezy allegedly killed a PCB affiliate named Ty Keith. And 2 weeks later, 700 Jeezy allegedly tried to shoot some more PCB dudes and ended up killing an innocent woman instead. Jay's homies were allegedly sliding on PCB after he got killed. And rumors said that FG Famous was one of the shooters trying to get back for Jay. And on the track In the Name of 2-3, FG Famous raps, "That was my brother, nigga. What the fuck you think? I ain't gon' slide. I'm trying to flush a nigga. You fucking with that side and you gon' die. I swear I wish I was right there. I would've cut back with my 9. And till all my ops put on the shelf, we ain't gonna stop slinging that iron. I got this 30 like I'm Steph. I'm trying to put one in his mind. You gotta feel just how I felt. On 2-3, bitch, I'ma ride." Some sources claim there were a bunch of shootings in Bogalusa right after Jay died. And Jay's homie 2-3 KB dropped the track and raps, "Catch one lacking, do him nasty, make them bitches draw the chalk. Slide for Jay, we did that day. The fuck you pussy niggas thought." Jay's death was a huge loss for FG Famous. They had been rocking with each other since 10 years old, and they were so tight that people thought Jay and FG Famous were brothers.
Now, you weren't biologically related, but do people think you are? Do people think you're brothers or cousins or?
Some people think because we've been together for a minute, so. You know, when they see one, they see the other, so that's why they might think that.
FG Famous had been popping off in the rap game, but the cops knew he was still connected to the
He's so fucked up, he didn't even want to talk about that shit for real though.
streets. A couple years before Jay died, the ops already tried to take FG Famous out. And the craziest thing about the situation is that FG Famous might have died if he didn't have so much money. Nobody knows what exactly went down, but somebody pulled the trigger on FG Famous and almost killed him. But FG Famous was carrying 20K in cash, and the money actually stopped the bullet. Right after it went down, FG Famous hopped on IG Live and showed the cash that saved his life and clowned the ops too.
That bitch scraped my leg right there. I had $10,000 in my pocket. The bullet hit up money, went all through the money.
Crazy.
You hear me?
FG Famous had been in the trenches for years.
Shit. Imagine that shit. Imagine your ops blowing at you. And you know what I'm saying? You getting a little piece of money. You imagine you got $10,000, $20,000 in your pocket. The bullet could have hit an artery in your leg and killed you. The money saved you. I'm telling you, this shit get wild, bro.
Back in 2018, he got booked on heroin charges and tried to run from the cops. And in 2021,
But imagine, after all that, you still wind up doing the same shit. That's even crazier. You still in the same shit after all that. It's crazy, bro. I'm telling you,
he got caught with a gun and over 2 pounds of weed. A couple weeks before Jay got killed, the cops in Bogalusa tried to pull FG Famous over because the tint on his whip was too dark. FG Famous tried to do the race, started driving over 100 miles per hour through the streets. Then he hopped out of the whip and crawled underneath a house. It didn't take long before the cops caught up to him though, and they found FG Famous with a pound of weed and 2 guns. And the situation was even worse for FG Famous because one of the guns was stolen. Then just a couple weeks later, FG Famous lost Jaydayoungin. Jay was family to FG Famous, and FG Famous had already lost a lot of people. His mom died when he was 7 years old. Then FG Famous's dad died a few years later. Losing Jay was already tough, but FG Famous allegedly couldn't even go to the funeral because he got booked again right after Jay died. FG Famous was allegedly booked while he was out shopping in New Orleans looking for clothes to wear to the funeral. And reports came out that said he was booked for a shooting that went down after Jay got killed. A lot of people were saying that FG Famous was booked for a shooting, but nobody knows if FG Famous was really sliding or not. When the cops booked FG Famous in New Orleans, they hit him with a gun charge, but that might have been related to a case he was already fighting. FG Famous had serious charges from when the cops found him with the guns and weed, and in 2024, he got hit with a 5-year sentence when he pleaded guilty. FG Famous wasn't the only dude in Jay's crew who went down though. Before Jay got killed, him and his crew were allegedly tearing up the streets, and Jay even rapped about a dude they allegedly murdered for snatching his chain.
Didn't they got hit with like a, didn't before all that happened, didn't before he got killed or during that time, wasn't everybody hit with a Rico? Drop in the chat. I think so though. I think everybody was about to get, either they was getting hit with a Rico or they done had got hit with a Rico.
Jay repped a crew called 2-3, and the cops have been watching them for years. Then in February 2024, FG Famous and 15 other alleged 2-3 affiliates got hit with the Rico case.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Because I remember all this was around the same time. Everything.
According to the cops, Jay and his homies have been running drugs all over Louisiana and were killing anyone who got in the way. There's a lot of alleged shooters in the crew, including
because they were trying to say that. Basically, they was trying to say that the government killed him, but a lot of people. Basically, people was confused if it was street activity or it was conspiracy activity. You see what I'm saying?
including a dude named Kelzon Clark, aka Boo. Boo was allegedly pulling the trigger on 2-3's ops, and on the track Evil, Jay shouted him out and rapped, "Who claim they gon' step for you? Heard these bitch ass niggas tripping. Shit, I know just what to do. Pull up with my cousin Boo. I sent shots hanging out the roof." And according to court documents, Jay's crew killed a dude who snatched Jaydayoungin's chain. Jay had been rocking with Young and Ace and linked up with his ATK crew. So Young and Ace gave Jay an ATK chain. Jay went to San Antonio for a show, and that's where 4 dudes walked down on him with guns and chain. Jay didn't just let the dudes get away though, and his crew allegedly slipped back and killed one of the dudes who took the chain. Jay got the chain back, then he dropped the track Flash Out and rapped, "We slang iron. They know I ain't lying. Bitch, you can die trying. They took mine. I pulled up and came back and got mine. We gunfire. I live everything in my punchlines. Bitch, don't play wrong. No, I'm only say this shit one time." After the paperwork about the shooting came out, some people thought 2-3 killed a dude in Bogalusa named Brett Ritchie for taking the chain, but that was a different case that Jay and FG Famous's homie Travion Mark were fighting. Back in 2020, Brett Ritchie was riding his bike home from the store when he saw somebody doing a drive-by shooting. FG Famous's homie Travion Mark was allegedly the one pulling the trigger, and after he realized that Brett Ritchie saw what happened, Travion Mark allegedly kidnapped Brett and then murdered him. Travion Mark got booked for the murder in 2023, and now he's wrapped up in the 2-3 RICO case as well. FG Famous got 5 years for the gun charge he pleaded guilty to, but nobody knows what's gonna happen with the RICO case. Some people are claiming that the cops hit 2-3 with a RICO because they were sliding so much for Jay, but now there's some wild stories going around about what actually happened to Jay. Before he died, Jay had some issues with his family. And in one video, he aired out his mom for kicking him out of the house when he didn't have anywhere to sleep. But according to Jay's mom, the situation was way crazier than anyone knew. Jay's mom was at the house when he got shot, and she claims that Jay said his own dad or one of his homies set him up. According to Jay's mom, Jay got inside the house and was bleeding all over the place. Then he told someone else in the crib, "Man, you set me up." It's not clear who Jay's mom was talking about, but a lot of people think she was talking about Jay's dad. And it turns out that there's another crazy twist in the story. In March 2025, court documents came out that allegedly proved Jay's own brother and dad were both hooking up with his baby mama Jordan, and Jay's baby might not even be his.
I heard about this, but I didn't think this was true facts. So this was actually true. It say before me, no, they can't you have to be sworn did depose and state that I have had sexual affair. Oh, it said she did. Hold up, affair with Jordan. Okay. I don't know who the fuck that my father. Oh, okay, Kenyatta Scott Senior also has had sexual. Oh, the brother. Jordan, bro, is it possible that Jordan's child is fathered by numerous people? That my brother is always questioned the paternity of Hunter since he knew sexually active with his family members. I guess he'd say since he knew she was sexually active with. Wow.
Jay allegedly knew that his baby mama was cheating on him with his own family and wanted to get a test to make sure the kid was actually his. Jordan clapped back and said that Jay's mom was just spreading rumors about her. Then Jordan started telling crazy stories about what happened on the day Jay got killed. According to her, Jay's mom started running his pockets and took his money after he got shot instead of getting him some help. Jordan also talks about the rumors that Jay's dad set him up and called cap on the story. She said that Jay's dad had already been shot a couple weeks before Jay got hit up and claimed that Jay got himself killed because he just the wrong dude. According to Jordan, Jay had called somebody a rat in one of his songs, and that dude's brother is allegedly the one who pulled the trigger on Jay. The original story was that Jay got hit up by 5 different shooters, but Jordan claims it was just one dude who spotted Jay's whip in the driveway and hopped out shooting. The shooter was allegedly on FaceTime when it all went down, and Jordan claims that the cops already have the video, but they just haven't released it yet. The whole situation is messy, and nobody knows what's really going on behind the scenes. Everyone knew that Jay had issues with his family before he got killed, but if his dad and brother were both hooking up with his baby mama, it definitely takes the situation to a whole different level. FG Famous was closer to Jay than anyone else, but he hasn't talked about the situation at all. He's locked up on his gun case right now and is still facing the RICO charges, so he's got bigger problems to deal with first. But it's clear that the story behind Jaydayoungin's murder isn't over yet.
What the fuck?
FG Famous was popping off the rap game with Tommy Jaydayoungin.
That's crazy, bro. That shit get unfortunate, man. I'm telling you. That shit get wild, man. And it be like that, bro. It be like that for sure. Y'all might call me cheesy. Well, I'ma say that because I actually I'm gonna go to the baseball field here after I get off screen. Play some baseball and shit. Cause I just want to get out of the house, man. I ain't been out of the house like that lately, man. I just been trying to work. So go take the kids down there, man, to the baseball field and shit. So we ain't gonna do that video. I don't feel like the vibe for that anyway. I tell you, I got a video I watched by the dude that be exploring, but Hey, let's check out. Let's check out my little video. Let's check out my little video.
Have you seen that shit? Like, yeah. And it wasn't like a typical like basic looking like alien, kind of like the grayish. It didn't have like a big head, but like. I'm not gonna let this movie's so good, bro. I fucking loved it. I used to watch this movie all the time as a kid, bro.
That shit's scary as fuck. Nah, fuck
yeah,
that.
but
In 2016, Tyler Turner and friends decided to go skydiving for the first time, and unfortunately for Tyler, it would be his first and last time. The plane went up in the air, and one by one, people were jumping out of it. Tyler was doing a tandem skydive, and it would later come out that the instructor he did it with wasn't even certified, and he also...
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. We gonna hold this for later on. We're gonna hold that for later on. We're gonna hold that shit for later on. We're gonna hold that for later on. We're gonna watch some more hood rat shit.
Nobody wins when the family feels.
All of those suspects are considered to be armed and dangerous.
Y'all, this ain't no hood rat shit, by the way, either. I just seen this and this caught my eye.
Boys, and I'm about to go with a 2. Get up with me. Alright.
You fresh out, huh?
Fresh out of jail. Stop playing.
What, yeah.
We didn't know what was gonna happen.
Wednesday, Jamar Robinson's family celebrated his birthday.
Love you, miss you.
2 days later, they were in hiding after finding out that the man convicted of his murder had escaped from prison.
Just get all our family members out of the city. We had to get everyone out of the city. Didn't know what way we was going. Where we was going. Crying, devastated.
2 of Robinson's family members spoke with us over the phone. They asked not to be named for their safety.
The news, I see the boys pulling on the door. Like, this prison was just recently built. And you mean to tell me the doors was that easy to pull apart?
Family, I had to know I was going to give y'all the story about the inmates who broke out just 72 hours ago, right? Now, during that time, I was taking a mental break myself, but I was keeping up what was going on, and rest assured, you knew I was going to bring it to you guys' attention. I'm just at how we so used to this type of behavior that now on social media, it's a sports bet going on the last person who's going to be apprehended. Now, one of the last people who's still free is a man who someone...
Right, one of the last dude, he the last dude that's free. He went on, I seen him, he on Faith or whatever. He making a video about how they trying to frame him, about how they framed him. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do what they said he tried to do. He was sitting there. He need the world help. All type of shit. Bro, this is crazy, bro.
Say not to be effed with. A man who accused of killing 4 people just so happens to break out just 2 days after one of his victims' birthday. And as I went over his case before bringing it to you guys' attention, I gotta be real. This man managed to escape life in jail twice, which we'll later discuss. And on the 3rd time, he took a plea. And less than 2 months before his sentence, after the state been trying to fight against this man for almost a decade, he managed to escape prison. Now, while everybody making sports bets, you got real life victims' families who's fearing for their life, who don't know what to do as this suspect walked the streets free. Today we're going to go in chronological order who got caught. Briefly talk about their charges, but I want to go over the charges of one man in full detail. A man accused of 4 bodies, and a managed to escape jail just 2 months before being sentenced. I even saw one dude get caught after going on social media with his homie, drinking some apple juice, saying fresh out, like he ain't just break out. Not to mention, as the reward creeps up to $20,000, a $10,000 reward was given to a man who found one of the inmates just sleeping at the bus stop. Wow. He tapped him on the shoulder as he recorded before calling 911. Today, I briefly show you each scenario. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. A manhunt of inmates who escaped from a New Orleans jail.
Bro, you break out of a fucking government fucking facility and you're resting at the bus stop with your arm out like you in the fucking bed. You have got to be fucking kidding me. Is he fucking serious or is he kidding me, bro? What the fuck? Man, you dickheads don't, I mean... Well, y'all motherfuckers, man, bro, this shit, don't be criminals, man. You motherfuckers dumb.
By fleeing through a hole behind a toilet, enter its 5th day on Tuesday. As officials increased the reward for the capture of the fugitives, 6 of the 10 remain at large as of Tuesday morning.
These stunning images from inside a New Orleans jail cell where 10 inmates, some charged with murder, escaped, sparking an urgent citywide manhunt. The toilet dislodged from a cell wall, exposing an opening. Scrawled on the wall above, "We innocent and too easy," with an arrow toward the hole where they escaped, out of view of the officer on duty. Authorities say it happened just after midnight when the inmates broke a lock on a cell door.
Earlier today, the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office discovered that multiple incarcerated individuals escaped from custody. What we know right now is that during a routine head count at 8:30 this morning, it was determined that several detainees were unaccounted for. Immediately upon discovery, OPSO activated emergency protocols and launched a coordinated response to locate and return these individuals to custody.
That had breached or escaped our custody. So those individuals right now were named. So 1 through 11, Antoine Mass.
This the one right here that's still free. This the one right here that's making the videos. Talking about they trying to frame him and this, that, and the third, and he need everybody help and this, that, and the third. Yeah, this the one right here.
See, Linton Van Buren, Jermaine Donald, Leo Tate, Kendall Miles, Derek Groves, Corey Boyd, Gary Price, Robert Moody, DeCannon Dennis, and Keith Lewis. All of those suspects are considered to be armed and dangerous.
Fast forward Tuesday, May 20th, 2025, a New Orleans Parish maintenance worker was arrested on Monday on allegations he helped facilitate the escape of 10 inmates from the Orleans Justice Center last Friday. Sterling Williams, 33 years old, was booked on 10 counts of principal to simple escape and 1 count of misconduct. Sources say Williams is a maintenance worker who turned off the water to the cells where the inmates escaped. Williams claimed one of the inmates, Antonio Massey, threatened to shake him if he didn't turn off the water, according to sources. As you just saw, security footage shows the inmates escaped through the hole behind a toilet, broke through a wall, or exit through a supply dock. 3 cameras in the unit were reportedly turned off. OPSO has admitted the escape was aided by defective locks and possible eternal assistance. Now, the men range from 19 years old to 42 and face a variety of charges, including aggravated assault, domestic abuse, battery, and murder. New Orleans Police Department Superintendent Annie Kirkpatrick warned that the fugitives are dangerous in the news conference on Friday, but also urged the public not to panic. Now, before we go over the order on everyone arrested, I want to briefly go over everybody's criminal history, or at least why they was arrested. Gary Price, 21 years old, charged with attempted first-degree murder, domestic abuse, and aggravated assault. Gary was the 4th of the 10 inmates who was captured after he was seen on the neighboring Ring doorbell camera going into an abandoned home.
Yes. Open the door.
Next is Linton Van Buren, 26 years old. He was arrested in 2021 for second-degree murder and armed robbery. Van Buren was still awaiting a trial date. The incident happened on November 29th on the 9700 block of Chief Highway. The victim was identified as Ariel Brown, 34 years old. Next is Antonio Massey. He's 32 years old. That's the one the maintenance worker said threatened him with a shank. He was arrested for DA involving strangulation and theft of a vehicle. Massey has a history of refused DA charges. The next suspect is Leo Tate. Now, Tate just 31 years old. He was facing second-degree murder charges and attempt second-degree murder charges in connecting with the 2018 shooting in which a 19-year-old woman was killed and a 16-year-old was sent to the hospital. You see, he accepted a plea deal in 2018 and the murder-related charges were dismissed, but he was convicted of obstruction of justice and was sentenced to 10 years. The next is Corey Boyd, 20 years old. He was arrested back in May of 2024 and faces charges of second-degree murder, attempt second-degree murder, obstruction of justice, and threatening a law enforcement officer. Boyd was among 3 people who were charged in the death of a man who caught the group burglarizing cars. Next is the oldest of the group, 42-year-old Jermaine Donald. He'd been charged with second-degree murder and aggravated battery and possession of a firearm. Now, Kendall Miles, he's 20 years old. Miles was among the escapees, but was captured by the Louisiana State Police. Miles is facing charges of attention to conceal a weapon, introducing contraband into a prison, and possession of contraband. Miles previously escaped the Bridge City Center for Youth and was accused of robbing and carjacking a man in New Orleans in 2022. He was indicted on attempted murder and carjacking charges. Police said at the same time of Miles' arrest, he shot the carjacking victim twice before taking his vehicle. Now the next inmate was Robert Moody. Moody, 21 years old, had been booked into the jail on weapons and drug charges. He was also charged with obscenity in July 2024, but he pled not guilty to all charges. Moody was captured on the 3500 block of 2nd Street with the help of a Crime Stoppers tip and is back in custody. Next is DeCannon Dennis, 24 years old, facing illegal weapon charges, extortion, kidnapping, armed robbery, and theft charges. He was apprehended on Dale Street. Now last but not least, some would say would be considered the most dangerous person on this list, which is hard to believe. Derrick Groves, 27 years old, was convicted in October 2024 in connection with the killing of 2 people during Mardi Gras in 2018. But before we go over those charges and how he just now took a plea in 2024, I want to talk about Derrick's grandmother. His grandmother's name was Kim Marie Groves. On October 1994, a man named Davis, a New Orleans police officer, targeted Groves because she filed a complaint against Davis with the Internal Affairs Division of the New Orleans Police Department, alleging that he engaged in police brutality. Davis had a relationship with Hardy, a New Orleans drug dealer, in which Davis exchanged police protection for favors. Davis recruited Hardy and Hardy associate, causing him to kill Groves. Davis and Hardy planned the murder and subsequent cover-up. Hardy was the trigger man who killed Groves. And how we know all this? Because his partner later testified against him in cooperation with the state for a lesser charge. You see, families for a victim identified as Jamar Robinson and Brian Jackson, as well as the New Orleans community, was excited after a unanimous and powerful verdict on a Friday, October 18, 2024, in the case of Derrick Groves. Groves was found guilty on all counts, 2 charges of second-degree murder and 2 charges of attempted second-degree murder. The conviction stems from the tragic events of Mardi Gras Day in 2018, when what should have been a day of celebration turned into one of unimaginable loss. The shooting claimed the lives of Jamar Robinson and Brian Jackson, while leaving the 2 other victims physically and emotionally scarred. The case garnered widespread attention, not only because of the horrific nature of the crime, but also due to the numerous trial attempts required to achieve the conviction. Initially, Groves was convicted in 2019, alongside his co-defendant Kendall Barnes. However, the passage of a new law required unanimous jury verdicts for felony cases permitted a retrial in January of 2023. A mistrial was declared after the one of 12 jurors inappropriately read media accounts of the case.
Y'all might as well do that when we go out there to that field. Yeah, everybody going a little bit.
And a subsequent trial in June 2000.
Yeah.
23 ended with the deadlocked jury. The evidence against Groves was overwhelming. The prosecution, led by Assistant District Attorney Forrest Led and Zachary Creel, presented a compelling case. 3 eyewitnesses courageously testified, identifying Groves and his co-defendant as the gunman. Cell phone records further dismantled Groves' alibi, placing him at the scene of the crime, while ballistics testing confirmed use of an AK-47 during the attack of what should have been a joyous Mardi Gras family gathering. In July, he was set to be sentenced, and in return, he escaped jail just 2 months prior, leaving the family of the victims in fear for their lives.
Years in the making, a man accused of killing 4 people, 2 on Mardi Gras Day back in 2018. He was found guilty on several charges, including second-degree murder.
WDSU reporter Ariel Brumfield joins us live from the DA's office with how this verdict is impacting the families involved. Ariel?
Well, you guys, this guy has hurt a lot of people, and it's been several years at this point. Investigators in this case says that Derrick Groves, he is going away for a very long time.
FBI Homicide Unit Chief.
A guilty verdict now landed 6 years in the making. Derrick Groves, a man accused of killing 2 people Mardi Gras Day in 2018 and injuring several others, pled guilty on Wednesday to several charges.
A jury returned a unanimous and powerful verdict in the case of Derrick Groves. Now, Groves was found guilty on all counts, 2 counts of second-degree murder and 2 counts of attempted second-degree murder.
Investigators say Groves opened fire on a house party on St. Claude with AK-47 rifles, killing Jamar Robinson and Byron Jackson. 3 eyewitnesses and cell phone records helped dismantle Groves' alibi. In the trial, District Attorney Jason Williams says was nothing short of complications for the prosecutors and the victims' families.
The weight of their grief has been immense and a constant companion through every hearing daily, every delay, every setback. And while no court decision can bring back their loved ones or fully heal their wounds, this verdict provides a measure of justice.
But we learned Thursday justice is being served once again. 2 other victims Groves is accused of killing, Tyrone Francis and Woodrow Smith.
Derek for well over a decade, and that reign of terror has been ended. In fact, today, Derek Groves pled to 2 more murder cases.
Groves pled guilty to 2 counts of manslaughter and 2 counts of second-degree murder. And we're told Groves will be serving his sentences consecutively.
No one tell us anything. You know, we had to leave work. We didn't know what was going to happen.
Wednesday, Jamar Robinson's family celebrated his birthday.
Love you, miss you.
2 days later, they were in hiding after finding out that the man convicted of his murder had escaped from prison.
Just get all our family members out of the city. We had to get everyone out of the city. Didn't know what way we was going. Where we was going. Crying, devastated.
But am I missing something? Why is she worried? See, it sounds like more to the story. Cause I'm just trying to figure out why she worried about all the rest of her family members when he only, you know what I'm saying? He was only after the people who he unalived already. So why would he be after anybody else, breaking free or not? You see what I'm saying? Am I missing something? Maybe I'm missing something or I'm confused. Y'all drop in the chat, let me know. But I'm not. I ain't understanding what. I ain't understanding that.
2 of Robinson's family members spoke with us over the phone. They asked not to be named for their safety. Robinson and another man, Byron Jackson, were shot and killed on Mardi Gras in 2018. Derek Groves was arrested for their murders. Late Friday morning, someone they knew called the family and told them that a group of inmates had broken out of Orleans Justice Center. Groves was one of them.
No one notified us. No one tell us anything. You know, we had to leave work. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know how Derek Groves felt like with this process of us. You know, either he was coming for us. We didn't know.
They say they went to a nearby police station and 2 officers escorted them home. They grabbed what they could, got the family's young kids, including Robinson's son, from school. Then they left. By that time...
Oh, okay. Maybe she's saying that because... Okay. I kind of get it. Maybe she's saying that because, you know, they had to testify against him, saying that, you know, that's the person that, you know, unalive. So maybe she's looking at it from from that standpoint, but if she ain't looking at it from that standpoint, then I ain't understanding, bro.
Time Groves had been out for hours.
We just didn't know what to do at that point. And I'm so angry with all these parents, first because it's like, when I look at the news, I see the boys pulling on the door. Like, this prison was just recently built. And you mean to tell me the doors was that easy to pull apart?
Groves was convicted of killing Robinson and Jackson in 2019. But the jury wasn't unanimous, and a Supreme Court ruling ended up throwing out the verdict because of it. The next trial in 2023 was declared a mistrial. The next one, later that year, ended with a deadlocked jury. Then, finally, in October of last year, Groves was convicted again. His sentencing was set for July.
It's just crazy. It's like a soul that's not being healed. Because every time we move on from this, something come up.
Now, with Groves on the run, Robinson's family is trying to figure out what to do about their jobs and the kids' school. They're planning to stay hidden while they wait for justice again.
And so we're clear. There's a lot of false rumors going around. 6 of the 10 inmates as of Tuesday, May 20th, 2025, is still at large. Derek Groves.
Oh, as a win? Hold up. Because I watched another video, and they said that they had all been captured except for one.
Inmates as of Tuesday, May 20th, 2025, is still at large.
May 20th, 2000. Okay, May 20th. So that was a week ago. So yeah, I just seen something yesterday that said 9 out of 10 has been caught. I'm not sure.
Derek Groves Antonio Massey, Linton Van Buren, Jermaine Donald, Corey Boyd, and Leo Tate. I hope we was able to break this down to a T without it being too overwhelming. Fam, let me know how you guys feel about this one. This was the story of inmates who was able to break out of jail with the help of a custodian worker. Talk to me.
I don't know, man. This shit crazy, kid. But man, I hope all the families, man, of these incidents, man, stay safe, bro. I hope the people, find peace. And I hope, bro, don't try nothing. You know what I'm saying? Why he out on the run, man? I hope he don't try nothing with them people, man. But I don't. It sounds like some more to that. I don't know what that's about, but that sounds like something more to the story. Like I said, unless she coming from the point of view of testifying, then okay. But I don't know. But rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to all the people that lost their lives in these videos. With that being said, we about to end this, man. I just wanted to hop on here, do 1 or 2 videos with y'all, man, and get out. I'm waiting on the game to re-download again. I don't know how long. I think we had like 30-40%, something like that. I think we had like 40%. Yeah, like 40. Maybe we like 40 something. So if it do run, man, when I come back, I'll start back up the screen. But if it don't, then I don't know, man. I ain't fucking with that game. That shit on some weird shit. But regardless, I'm not sure I'm gonna get back on screen tonight for another reaction. So I see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all be good, man. I appreciate y'all for dropping in with me. If y'all drop in on the rebroadcast, y'all already know, man. Let me know where y'all dropping in from with the truck emoji. I appreciate it. I'm gone though, man. Peace.